Alright, Robard. How's progress? Tell me we're ready to go. Now that your clothes have rendered in. I found all the camps.
I found all of their campsites. The rest of the woods are clear.
That's a relief. Now let's relieve ourselves of this accursed Toth.
Hell yeah, there you go.
Since
We're
the
back,
Divish's
by the way,
colours still
obviously.
aren't flying over Talmberg, I suppose we'll be attacking.
Just so. That Ishtvan's a stubborn bastard.
Alright, when do we start?
There's no reason to wait. Are you really ready? If you need to rest or anything, we can still wait. You won't have another chance until we've won the day. Or until your final rest.
Damn. I like that Robard gives you the this is the point of no return speech, basically. I think we're good to go. We've taken care of all the loose ends I could think of in that last episode. I'm sure there's still a quest here or there, maybe one or two tiny ones that we missed, but you know what? I've certainly gotten my money's worth with this game. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Glad to hear it. We're going to attack on two fronts. The north gate and the west wall, which will scale with ladders.
Yeah,
the
ladders.
attack will be split into different stages. Taking the outer walls, the inner bailey, and finally the core of the castle and the tower.
The inner bailey? I mean, let's just... Do we need to ask all these questions? Let's
How are
just
we
do
going
it.
to attack the gate?
We'll try to do as much damage as we can with the trebuchet.
Haven't we been doing that for the last few
Caesar
days? While
claims
I've been
he can even hit it
doing
directly.
stuff?
Even if that's true, we'll have to charge through a downpour of enemy arrows all the way to the portcullis.
Portcullis?
Fortunately, it's wooden, so we'll be able to break it down. But dealing with the defense in the bailey won't be easy.
Alright, we'll ask about the bailey.
And the inner bailey?
That will be tough. Even if we get through the gate and into the outer bailey, we're still a long way from victory. The castle is designed so we'll be like hens in a coop to anyone with a bow on the inner battlements. We'll have to either fight our way through, or somehow get around them.
Living quarters?
What about the living quarters?
Is that where they're being kept?
There, I'm worried most about the hostages.
Yeah.
Once we're inside, Ishtvan will know defeat is inevitable, but we'll still have to fight for each and every room.
And what's the plan for attacking the west wall?
First, we have to get men to the wall with ladders, which is no easy matter under fire, so we'll need as many men covering them as possible. As soon as the ladders are in place, our foot
Look at how many
soldiers
men
will
he
run
even
up
has
and
in
try
there
to
right
scale
now.
the wall. Once a few of them get to the battlements, we should quickly gain the upper hand.
Alright, let's do it.
I think I've heard everything I need to know.
Do you want to join the attack on the walls or on the gate? Remember, many of the Skalitz men will follow.
Hell yeah.
It could make
Wherever
a
you
big
think I could be
difference.
more useful.
I'll help with the attack
Yeah,
on
let's
the
do
walls.
I'm proud of you, Henry. You've changed from an insolent pup
When was that
into a tough,
wasn't
reliable
an
fighter.
insolent pup.
And as God is my witness, we will kick those
I
horse
agree with you on that.
A village lad and an old soldier. This man must be shaking in his boots.
If he's not shaking, then he doesn't know what he's got
I've seen your
going.
stats, Henry.
Just one last thing, though. No matter how good the plan is, something always gets fucked up. Keep your eyes open and take advantage of every chance. Help your comrades and don't go rushing in where you're outnumbered. We have to take the castle gradually, one position after another.
I'll remember that.
That's fair.
Good luck to you, stripling.
Good luck to you, old soldier.
I mean, we were insolent like yesterday when we called Divish Divish instead of Sir Divish, but whatever. Hell yeah. Hans, how you feeling, buddy? The one time we don't have our helmet on is before the biggest battle in the game. Very smart, Henry. That was more impressive. Charge! Well aimed. Siege completed. I mean, I would say we're just getting into it, but I get that's not what this quest is called. Whatever this last quest is called. Attack! I like that. Simple objective. And storm the walls. Attacking is my favorite objective. Especially after like a minute of loading. Alright. Helmets on, man. Thinking about going with the St. George's, but we gotta stick with the sword that got us here, right? I don't carry a shield. I don't see any arrows either. Whoa! Alright, those guys apparently did. Let me go first. Hold it steady. Take my helmet off for this. Man, how are they not just pushing these ladders right off the side of the tower right now? It seems to be a mistake on their part, but whatever. I'm not going to question it. You're just waiting for me? That's so polite. Thank you. Sweet. These guys don't look like they're as well prepared as the ones that stopped me on the road in that last episode. My dog make it up here, by the way? Nice. Nice counter. I think sending in the rest of the army should have been plan B. Henry should have been like a one-man wrecking crew, going in first. Get him! I know this place. I robbed from that chest. I think I grew up here. Twofer, just like that. Right in the eye. That's how you know it was a stinger. See Henry do a yield commercial for the stinger. The dust clears. The soul that won back town, though. Not going well for you guys. Just saying. Oh, they keep pretzels around here somewhere. Alright, where are we going, man? Clear. Private area. Clear. So many headshots. I love it. I know it's kind of hard to tell what's going on. I can feel it when it lands. You can see that one. I'm not paying attention to you. It's a lot easier. You're outmatched, my friend. Going well so far. Takes a while to load such a big battle. Sweet. It's not a big castle. Don't take that long. Take it back. No sign of
Sir,
Stephanie.
we should give the order.
Let's see if Istvan Toth can worm his way out of this one. Don't tempt fate, Hamish. Istvan! It's over! You want us to come and get you?
I wouldn't advise that. Your friend Divish wants to see his wife alive again.
And Sir Radzig? Are both hostages unharmed?
For now, Hanush, unless circumstances change.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. My guest is also safe and sound, but he's also quite keen to go home. I imagine you feel the same way. It's been a long time since you warmed yourself at your own hearth.
I'm in no hurry. I've plenty of supplies here, grand view and excellent company. What more could I want?
Your freedom!
Freedom? Freedom to get an arrow in the back?
Sir, we're all noblemen here, all bound by honor. I give you my word as a knight and lord, and that of my companions. If you release Lady Stephanie and Sir Radzig, you may leave the castle with your men and go on your way unharmed.
And just how far will we get? What good will it do me if your men attack us in the woods instead of here?
If you give me your word of honor that you will leave and never return, I promise you safe passage to the boundary of this fiefdom. What happens after that is up to you and the will of God Almighty.
Very well then, but I want a small safeguard. I'll give you her ladyship, but Radzig comes with me. I'll release him in Skalitz.
Out of the question! Is our word not good enough for you?
Is mine not good enough for you? I swear I'll release him when I get to a safe distance.
I'll go with him, Hanush. Let the Lady Stephanie have her freedom now.
Father!
Don't worry, son. I trust Lord Toth's self-interest more than his word. He wouldn't be fool enough to harm me.
If you're certain, Radzig.
Prepare horses and supplies, and tell your men to pull back. We'll come down.
You heard him. Get to work. And any man who breaks his truce answers to me.
So, are you really going to let them go?
My word is my bond, Henry.
He's a cutthroat and a liar. Good men are dead because of him. What's to stop us from skewering him as soon as he sets foot outside?
Our honor.
If you let him go, he'll do the same again. Or worse.
God's justice will find him. And then he'll get a taste of my mace.
If we break our word of honor, we have none. And without honor, we are nothing. Never fear. Your father will be all right.
We'll hunt down those vermin yet.
This could be a tense exchange here.
Bring the horses.
Horses are like, I can't believe you're
Here
letting
she
him go.
is, as I promised. Not a hair on her head harmed.
Yeah, but she's not fully rendered, you bastard.
Stephanie.
Forgive me, husband. I'm sorry.
Let me see.
For what?
She was all rendered
Letting
last
them
time
into
we
the
saw
castle.
her.
Come now, my dear. You're not to blame.
I didn't know who he was. He said he was your friend.
Never mind. Did he hurt you?
No.
I hope your word can be trusted.
Certainly more than yours.
If everything goes as agreed, I'll set Radzig free in Skalitz. If anyone tries to follow us, I'll kill him.
We won't.
My apologies for keeping you from your father, but you'll see each other soon enough. Oh, I almost forgot. Your sword. I expect you'll want it back after all the trouble you went to.
Heck yeah.
Actually, you know what?
What?
I think I'll keep it. As a
Kill him.
memento.
This isn't over. I'll find you.
I look forward to it. Yeah!
Bastard, it's my sword. Even though it's probably crappier than anything I have.
Quick! To the battlements! We have to see which way they go!
Hell yeah, Hans. Yeah, I don't...
Oh, they really are heading for Skalitz. Mount up, Henry. You've heard what he'll do if we follow them. We're not going to follow them. We just have to collect your father. Or do you want him to walk back here when they release him?
I'm with you, Hans. Let's do it. Man, me and Hans going after this son of a bitch. I wouldn't have it any other way here at the end. Mount the chocobos! Where's Al? It's a little anticlimactic there, but you know what? It's realistic. I like that. That's what I've come to expect from this game.
Yeah!
Try to keep up, Hans.
Yeah!
Wait. Is it this way? No, it's that way. I did grow up around here.
Yeah!
Alright. This way.
Yeah!
Your horse only had 1 speed? Whoa, is that not good. Right hand. It's west, past the quarry. Am I supposed to like wait with Hans? I guess so. This is the way to go, though. Joking, buddy? Come on. It's been so long since we got Al, I forgot how good he is.
Not long ago, I only made plans 3 days ahead at most. Maybe I really could do something for Rattay and its people. Something really
There you go.
big. But there'll be plenty of time for that later.
Yeah!
This is quite a turnaround, isn't it?
What do you mean?
How long have we known each other? A few weeks?
Something like
Feels
that.
like a year.
Before that, I was chasing wenches around Rattay and you were digging turnips. And now look at us. A pair of veterans.
I was an apprentice blacksmith, not a turnip digger.
Same difference, you silly bugger.
Never change, Hans. Never change. I remember running on this road for my life.
What should I say to him?
Skalitz was first attacked.
Don't worry. It'll come to you. You'll see.
Well, I just hope he'll be there. Alive.
Maybe we'll get one more showdown. Huh.
There's no sign of them. Move on.
Impressive. There he is.
I'm glad to see Istvan kept his word, sir.
Not half as glad as I am, Your Grace.
Well, we kept our word too. And now Toth has had his head start and he's fair game. Which way do they go?
To the north, but I would be careful, Sir Hans.
Fear not, Your Grace. I have twice as many men as he. Well, I won't keep you any longer. I'm sure the two of you have a lot to say to each other. Let's go!
Hell yeah. Godspeed, Hans.
You alright, Father?
I am. They treated me quite decently. Although they did steal my horse, so I'll have to go back on foot.
It looks like it's all over.
Not by a long shot. It won't be over until we get this mess cleared up.
And catch that bastard. How could we let him go?
Would you rather we killed him? Even if it meant Lady Stephanie and I died too.
No, of course not. But what was to stop us from killing him after the exchange?
Honor?
Honor?
If the word of honor of a nobleman could not be trusted, then he would never have agreed to the exchange.
And where's the honor in abandoning your son?
Oh.
You know how it is. We were young. It happened. And I couldn't marry a commoner. Then your father, Martin, came along and took care of both of you.
Well, he knew it.
What? That I was your father? Certainly.
Wow.
He was a great man. He took you as his own. And always kept an eye on you. Of that you can be sure.
I know so little about his past.
He told you nothing. Oddly enough, even though you don't have his blood, you're very like him. When he was around your age, he became bored of his trade and set out to see the world. He lived through many adventures, even fought in a war.
In a war?
Yes, in Poland, I believe. And I don't think he cared much for it.
That's why he wanted me to stay at home.
Yeah.
He spent some time in Prague, then settled in Kuttenberg. But it seems he quarreled with someone there and finally ended up here. You know the rest.
I loved him, but even so, I somehow always had a feeling I didn't quite fit in.
It was in your blood, I suppose.
I lost the one thing I had left from him. Your sword.
Ah. The sword. It's not my sword. It's yours.
Oh.
For a moment there, it was so near, yet so far. Oh, well, it can't be helped.
It was almost within my grasp, but just then I had something else on my mind.
Well, I think we may yet have a chance to get it back. This business with Toth is not yet over, unfortunately.
Sweet.
It's a chance I'd welcome. Not just to get the sword, but that bastard Istvan too. And then I'll find that German whoreson who torched Skalitz, and I'll slay him with it. I'll never forget his face. Or his name. Marquardt von Aulitz.
Those are noble intentions, son. But don't forget there are other things in this world that are worth living for.
Like what?
Look around you. Blue skies overhead, green grass underfoot, beautiful girls. Good wine, a few good friends, and a fine steed under your backside.
Well said, Dad.
Those are things worth living for. Though I can't deny that swine who killed your mother must pay for what he did. But it's better not to dwell too much on that at the cost of those other things. On the subject of steeds, I think we'll have to ride like the Knights Templar.
How's that?
I was like, I don't think
Two
so.
up. One day I'll tell you how they got their seal. You can take the front.
Huh? He's like, you don't even have a saddle, dude? Like, well, it's not like I raised you, I guess.
It's like I always imagined it would be, teaching my boy to ride. Although it would be better if you were a little smaller. My word, it's all go today, isn't it? I wonder who this is.
I think I know. It's Margrave Jobst.
The king's cousin? I wonder what he wants. I guess we'll find out soon enough.
Oh, yeah. Man, is this the... I mean, there's so many unanswered questions. What? Wow. I do happen to know there is an epilogue. So we'll keep the camera rolling here. But something tells me we will not be avenging Henry's adoptive father and his actual mother. During this game, at least. Which is cool. In the sense that, sequel, right? This has more loose shreds than a certain game starring Gordon Freeman. Yeah. It's crazy, but it's set up very well. I like it. Like, there's still a lot of... Like, they ended it very well, but they still left it open in a very organic way for a lot of very interesting things to happen in potentially the next game, which, again, I could have sworn I started playing this game, I want to say, like 2 years ago. I started uploading it, the recordings, about a year ago, because it's, you know, this is like episode 50 now. 50 episodes, how about that? Yeah, I could have sworn in that time that they would have announced a sequel, or at least, you know, I know they're working on something. Or Horse Studios. I can look this up while this is going. Horse Studios. Yeah, I will definitely be live for my normal Tossback Tuesday this week. By the way, if you're watching this, tune in every Tuesday, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Let's Play with Brigands YouTube. Oh wow, that's not English. That makes sense. Fair enough. What are they working on? Turn this down just for the moment so we can talk. They have 172 employees at the time of this. Well, that was last year. The studio is about 10 years old. I guess that's what they've made, Kingdom Come. So hopefully it doesn't take 9 years for a sequel. Again, you know, they have the engine and everything, right? They said they're making a port for the Switch last year. Yeah, I don't know. No word. By the way, and there's all the production babies in the 6 years I guess it came out in 2018. Yeah, Warhorse is the developer, by the way. Not to be confused with Deep Silver. I made the mistake, because I remember seeing Deep Silver when the game was loading up, and being like, oh, they made Kingdom Come, and I played some other game that they published, didn't develop, and I was horribly, horribly disappointed. But, I don't know. No word, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, we need the Mutt spin-off series, that's right. Let's do this. Kingdom Come sequel? I feel like this game sold pretty well. Certainly should have. Kingdom Come 2 Retribution. Are the rumors true? Yeah, you would think a lot of the heavy lifting of that initial engine and everything, whatever bones they had to make for this game are still there. But, I don't know. Still no word. For certain. That'll be a day one for me at this point. After the amount of time I put into this one. But yeah, like I said, live every Tuesday. 8 o'clock on Let's Play with the Brigands YouTube. Tune in for the weekly tossback stream, classic games. It's a lot of fun. A total of $2.5 million was raised through crowdfunding during this game's 5-year development period. It's interesting. Came out February 13th, 2018. Alright, turn this sound back up for the game. We'll see what's going on with this epilogue. Alright. Again, for the scale of this game, I'm surprised the credits didn't take longer, but again, not a huge studio. Here we go. Beautiful.
Doing well, son.
Huh.
Father. Come now. You know whose side you. That doesn't matter now.
He was a good man, from what we saw of him.
I miss you, Amar. I miss you very much. You'll be fine. We're proud of you. For what?
I mean, all the ask,
I let you down.
Everything? Well, yeah, that's true.
I lost the sword. I let that bastard get away. Don't be so hard on yourself. There was nothing you could have done to save us. And someone has to live and carry the torch. As for the sword, it's just a thing. You didn't want me fighting. Now look at me.
Now I've killed more people than
Standing up to evil
anyone
isn't
ever.
the same as sowing its seeds. You did what was right.
Nice shot.
I have to leave you now.
Oh, please.
You know I can't stay.
Will I ever see you again?
God knows. Make her proud.
Arisa.
Don't go.
I assume he meant. That was nice. I'm glad we weren't wearing the helmet for that.
Oh, don't go. No.
What on earth were you dreaming about? I couldn't wake you, and it's well past dawn. Sir Radzig wants you at the upper castle. The lords are in council with Jobst.
Right. I'll go straight away.
This is how you do an ending, by the way.
What is it?
It's just... I don't know how to address you anymore. All of a sudden you're Sir Radzig's son, hobnobbing with lords and ladies. And here's me, as common as muck.
That's true.
Oh, give over, you idiot. Do I look like a lord to you?
Not really. You're as much a lord as I am a nun. And I've never looked good in a habit.
Get out of here! Or I'll have you clapped in the stocks.
That's great. You're in a private area and they arrest me. That's fantastic. Secret ending. Do we actually get to like see this meeting? This might just amount to a big teaser for, you know, whatever would come next. I don't know. No, we can move around. How about that? So maybe you can even still do some, you know, a handful of quests that you didn't finish. Nice. What are we, like, can I see anyone walking around out there? Alright. Go meet Jobs. Alright, the upper castle. Guess we're going up there. That's where he was holding the hostages. Or we're going over... Okay, no, we're going over there. This is how I still get around. Oh, I can't do that? Okay, fine. I'll take the stairs. We're not in Talmberg anymore, by the way. I just realized. Good old Ratai. Is Milan around? We beat the crap out of him one last... I probably shouldn't get my clothes all dirty. Even though it looks like I'm wearing my full suit of armor by now. So many good memories here in Ratai. So many tournaments won. Beat up this guy about 1,000 times. What's up, Milan? I just want to see if he gives me the option of fighting him. I'm not going to fight him right now.
I'm honored that a knight such as you takes an interest in me.
I know one rendered it. Yep, I can definitely fight him again.
Goodbye.
That's hysterical. I love it. Alright, I think I want to go this way. To the arena area. And then just up the tower to the left of it. You know, I'm feeling like I'm not going the right way based on the map. Map's kind of making it seem like this is not right. Alright, this is not right. I always have it in my head that the right side is where the arena is, but now that I think about it, no, it's on the left side. That would be the true final boss. Fighting Milan one last time. And he's like, by the way, I was hustling you this entire game, and he just murders me. With one punch. Yeah, it's pretty sad. 200 hours or whatever it's been that I put into this game. And I still don't know my way around the main town in this game. Alright, I guess they're taking over from here. They feel sorry for me. Now I understand why.
Ah, how? Are you going to the meeting with Margrave Jobst as well?
I am. What about Istvan? I assume...
That we didn't catch him? No. Because if we had, you'd be the first one to know. Have no fear. We'll get him eventually.
I hope you're right. Anyway, let's go and see what Jobst wants from us.
Hans still looks a little scraped up.
My lords, Christ's blessings on you all.
And on you, Lord Capon.
And this is my son, Henry.
I didn't know you had a son, Sir Radzig.
It came as a bit of a surprise to young Henry, too.
This gentleman here is John II of Liechtenstein, a member of my council.
I'm honored, gentlemen.
Come join us. Margrave Jobst was just about to tell us the reason for his visit. Your Grace?
I'm sure we're all agreed, Your Graces, that all this unrest must come to an end. This kingdom needs a king.
Question is, which king?
My cousin, Wenceslas IV, who is being held
Who you
in captivity.
helped dethrone in the first place.
I have to confess, my lord, that your
Yeah.
answer surprises me a little. If I'm correctly informed, until recently you sided with your other cousin, Sigismund.
That I cannot deny.
And all hell broke
and I have
loose
always
because of
stated my position plainly. But times have changed.
How have they changed, Your Grace?
Sir, there is one thing on which we undoubtedly concur. That King Wenceslas, unfortunately, did not inherit his father's gift.
That's what the guy
for
always said in the
government.
intro.
Sadly, his failures have cost Bohemia, the nobles, and our whole Luxembourg family a great deal of money and effort.
How did the king let it go so far, damn it?
It's in his temperament. He cares only for wine, women, and the hunt.
Hans is like, what's wrong
King,
with that?
in fact, who never wanted to be king.
Then why didn't he just let his brother have the crown?
Young sir, the crown weighs heavy when there are duties to be performed, but to surrender it means giving up great privileges too.
But he did surrender power to his brother. When things started getting out of hand, Wenceslas appealed to Sigismund for help in restoring order.
What, you're saying Wenceslas invited him here?
This is starting to
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Actually, it makes sense when you think about it. Sigismund wanted to re-establish the power of the whole House of Luxembourg. He thought if he helped Wenceslas win the imperial crown, in return his brother would help him become the king of the Romans, and leave the actual reign of Bohemia and the empire to him. Sigismund would govern, while Wenceslas could carry on doing what he was best at, enjoying the life of the imperial court.
Why wasn't Wenceslas crowned Holy Roman Emperor long ago? He was already elected king of the Romans. All he had to do was go and let the Pope put the damn imperial crown on his head.
Who knows? Maybe he'd prefer hunting and consorting with bathhouse wenches to spending time with the Pope.
Well, so would I must admit.
Sigismund's plan seemed sound enough, but it didn't quite work out, did it?
It worked for a while. He and his brother reached an agreement. Sigismund took over administration of the kingdom and began planning Wenceslas's journey to Rome for the imperial coronation. But then Wenceslas realized he would just be a puppet with a crown.
I must say, Margrave Jobst, Wenceslas and Prokop behave rather like naughty children in need of a good clout about the ears.
Sigismund would agree. He was already planning his rule of Bohemia, and all of a sudden, the rug was pulled from under him. I'd say he lost his patience and decided he'd drag Wenceslas to the coronation kicking and screaming if he had to. Just Like a naughty child, as you say.
So he abducted him and your brother Prokop too, if I heard correctly.
Correct.
And you helped him do it, if I heard correctly.
Yes, your graces, it's true. I was there when Sigismund abducted Prokop. I thought everything could somehow be settled, that we could make my brother see sense. But Sigismund just wanted to put an end to the dispute once and for all, whatever the cost. There was nothing I could do to stop him. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here. The worst of it is that it was all for nothing. Instead of putting a stop to the revolt, it escalated it, and the result is this chaos we have today.
That's true enough, sir. But I must admit now, I'm not sure what your position is. The king is incompetent, but we must protect him?
The simple truth, gentlemen, is that for all of Wenceslas's faults, we have no one else.
So we'll have to make do with his idleness.
People like him, though.
But what can we do now? Sigismund has the League of Lords behind him. Otto von Berghoff, Heinrich von Rosenberg.
The situation has gotten completely out of control. Now even the nobles of the League of Lords are realizing that Sigismund wasn't the right choice.
So now Berghoff is on your side. Are we to assemble an army together with him and face Sigismund on the field of battle?
Let's go.
Not in Hungary now. Such affairs may be settled elegantly, without unnecessary hostilities or expenses. I have negotiated an alliance with the Hungarian bishops, the Polish, and of course the Czech nobility, against Sigismund. Every day he is losing the ground under his feet, and that's why I need your help too.
What kind of help, though? Sigismund has a massive army, and Rosenberg, Berghoff, and Prague are behind him. Do you have an army you could face him with?
But that's not what I mean at all. There's been a revolt against Sigismund in Hungary, partly due to my efforts, and now he'll have to choose whether he wants to gain the Bohemian crown, which is a very risky enterprise, or hold on to the Hungarian one. He can't have both. And there's a tough struggle awaiting him in Hungary. I'm not sure he'll win, and Rosenberg and Berghoff know it too. They're not stupid. If the Bohemian nobility stands together, they will turn.
We are men of little consequence, Margrave. Radzig here lost everything because of his alliance with Wenceslas. Sir Divish came within a hair of the same fate. Even Rattay is defenseless against Sigismund and the League of Lords.
What's more, your grace, King Wenceslas languishes in captivity in Vienna. He can't rule too well from there.
And what do you propose? To sit with your arms folded till the Bohemian lands are turned to ashes like Skalitz? We have to put a stop to this senseless war!
And do you know, sir, what the true position of the League of Lords is?
I'm not on the best of terms with them at this moment, so you'll have to ask them yourselves.
Yes. Why not? I'll go and visit Berghoff at his castle and we'll see what he tells me.
You know, that's not such a bad idea, young sir.
True. Though a little risky.
I doubt Berghoff would harm a blue-blooded envoy. And you can find out what he has to say about developments and what the League of Lords is planning. Then we'll decide what to do next.
I'll help you compose a letter to him.
I'd like Henry to come with me.
Nice.
Why not? He's proven himself an able investigator, and he'll also be a good bodyguard if anything should happen.
And I'll send
That's true.
Sir John here to Gutenberg to be my eyes and ears there. I believe both your reports will help us get a better grip on the situation.
When can you set out?
Just as soon as I've packed my things.
Excellent. Margrave Jobst and I will draft a letter. Get ready, and we'll meet back here.
Wow. I like it. I mean, is this part of this game? I don't know. Maybe take a bath first, Hans, before you meet the, But yeah, what you said, Squatch. Way too many crowns in the Holy Roman Empire. Another example of sarcasm blooming into a brilliant idea. I'll just go talk to him. Well, actually... And now Henry's roped into this.
But we have to ask in a way
This is
that won't
crazy.
make Sir Capon being run out of the castle.
I mean, like...
Exactly.
I know it won't be the case, but what if this just turned into, like, another game's worth of content within the same game? we go to this other country. My goodness. Radzig looked like I was holding a camera or something.
Yes, I can't wait.
I don't want to dampen your spirits, my boy, but watch out. These are evil times, and who knows what can happen along the way. Not to mention that Bergov is no saint.
Don't worry.
I know. You've shown you can fend for yourself, but do take care. You'll be traveling as Lord Capon's bodyguard. You'll be there to make sure nothing untoward happens to him. Keep your eyes peeled and your ears wide open. What Bergov tells you is one thing, but what you see may be quite another.
Rest assured, Father.
And don't get embroiled in anything else. Just hand over the letter, hear out his reply, and return.
Yes.
Don't let Hans get with all the
Very
local
well.
ladies. And
Bergov is at Trotsky
Trotsky
Castle. I think you'll find it quite an eye-opener. It's one of the finest castles in the land. It's 3 days' ride from here, so unless you hit a snag along the way, you'll be back soon enough. Any questions?
Oh my god.
I'm getting a bit lost in the Luxembourg.
I mean, was everybody on
seems a
the
bit
same...
too
Oh, that guy's eyes look weird
The
in the background.
Luxembourgs have ruled the Empire and Bohemia for almost 100 years now. Emperor Charles brought this land to prominence. When he was in power, things had never been so good. Wenceslas and Sigismund are his sons, but by different mothers. Jobst and Prokop are their cousins. They were entrusted with governing Moravia. But instead, they've been in a bitter armed feud for years.
So that's
And now
just like a big
Sigismund's
history
fallen
lesson
out
right
with
here.
Wenceslas. Wenceslas also had another brother, the youngest, John of Görlitz, who was most probably poisoned. They seem like a hot-blooded
I like
lot.
the emphasis on
It's
poison
hard
with
to
the
keep
finger.
up with their affairs, since they tend to change their alliances from one day to the next.
Okay.
Who is he really, this Jobst?
The cousin of King Wenceslas. He's the Margrave of Moravia. I admit I don't know what to make of him myself. Until recently, he was allied with the League of Lords. For a time, he even served Rupert of the Palatinate against the king. And now suddenly, he's reversed his position. I don't know what led him to do it, and one can't help being suspicious. It's best to keep a watchful eye on him. But he really is the leader of the resistance against Sigismund these days. We'll just have to see how it all turns out.
I'm a bit concerned so many people seem to think so little of King Wenceslas.
Yeah.
You knew him, didn't you? What's he really like?
Well, there's no straightforward answer to that
The
question.
intro was accurate.
He certainly makes a great hunting and drinking companion, but he can be very fiery and impetuous when things don't go how he'd like them. He never had much of a head for high office. He finds it tiresome. But once a man's grasped the scepter, it's hard to let it go again. You can't just abscond. You've seen for yourself what happens when he disappears for a few months. Better a bad but legitimate king than a bloody war over the throne.
Who is this Prokop that Job spoke of?
Jobst's brother, the king's cousin. He and Jobst warred over Moravian supremacy for years. Then they were allies for a while, betrayed Wenceslas and sided with Rupert of the Palatinate. But after Sigismund abducted Wenceslas, Prokop fomented a revolt against him, and Sigismund had him captured. Politics. Make of it what you will. I, for one, can't make head or tail of it most of the time.
The League of Lords and that Berghoff we're off to see. Who are they exactly?
The lords of the powerful houses. Heinrich of Rosenberg, Otto of Berghoff, Heinrich of Radetz, and others. They're unhappy with the
What
way
about the
their
guy that killed my
influence
parents?
declined after
Who
Wenceslas
was he aligned with?
surrounded
Was he
himself
just a
with the lesser
mercenary,
orders
a
of
hired
nobility.
gun?
They abducted the king years ago and made him bow
For
to their will.
Sigismund?
They got away with it that time, and now they've joined forces with Sigismund and done it again. But now it seems that Sigismund's behavior is starting to rub them up the wrong way, so they may well be thinking twice. We'll see what Berghoff has to say.
I don't know all that much about Sigismund.
He's the king's younger brother and king of Hungary in his own right. 7 years ago, he led a crusade against the Turks and was defeated at Nicopolis. Some say it was due to the recklessness of the French knights, most of whom were mercilessly slaughtered. Sigismund is ambitious and capable. He might well make a better ruler than Wenceslas, but he's arrogant, and to our misfortune, brutal. Not long ago, he himself was held captive by the Hungarian nobility. They dislike him as much as some of the Czech and German noblemen do his brother Wenceslas. Ironically, Wenceslas joined forces with Jobst to liberate him. And now this is how Sigismund repays his brother. There's no doubt about it, God does move in mysterious ways.
Rupert of the Palatinate. That's a name I hadn't heard before today.
Rupert is the Prince Elector of the Palatinate.
Whole lot of names to throw at you at the end of the game.
The Prince Electors are dignitaries of the Holy Roman Empire who have the right to elect the King of the Romans, who would then be crowned Holy Roman Emperor by the Pope. Rupert took the title for himself with the help of 3 other Prince Electors, even though Wenceslas had already been appointed. Some of the nobility in the Empire recognized Rupert's claim, but when he went to Rome to be crowned Emperor, it turned into a fiasco. Now he's doing his utmost to get Wenceslas to acknowledge him, but so far without success. So, now we have 2 kings of the Romans. Jobst sided with Sigismund for a while, but now
He
he's switched
seems to do
allegiance.
that quite a lot.
He seems to
I
do
don't know
that
about
quite
this
a lot.
Jobst.
That young man, Sir John of Liechtenstein. Why is he here?
The Liechtensteins are a powerful Austrian family, with estates in Austria and Moravia. Sir John sits on Jobst's council. Since the king's being held captive in Vienna, I suppose it makes sense to have a powerful Austrian house as allies. It could be very useful.
All right.
That's about all.
Very well. Take the letter from Sir Hanush. And good luck, son.
The game is now beginning in earnest. My God. So many new codex entries. Alright, you got the letter? Guess we got the letter.
I believe we have written it well, gentlemen.
Without a doubt. No one could deduce from this whether we are Sigismund's allies or foes.
I must travel back to Brno now, but soon I will go to Brandenburg and I will stop here on the way back. By then, Sir Capon should be back and we can discuss how to proceed.
Right. Before you leave, my lord, there is one thing that gives me no rest. Why did Sigismund come as a foe? It makes no sense.
If I may, sir, I think I can explain.
Oh, please enlighten us, young sir.
I live not far from Hungary, where Sigismund reigns. It is a savage country, and the constant war with the Turks has hardened the people. They need a monarch with an iron hand. So when Sigismund felt the wind of revolt, he reacted as he would at home. Only what works on the Hungarian nobles does not work here in Bohemia.
Bringing order is one thing, but slaughtering and pillaging with a horde of barbarians quite another. What purpose does that serve?
Well asked.
But Sigismund did give the Bohemian nobles a chance to take his side. It was only when they refused his ultimatum that he lost patience and took to the sword.
As for the barbarians, he could afford nothing better. The Hungarian nobility would gain nothing from joining his campaign in Bohemia. He didn't have enough coin for a regular army, and so he recruited the Cumans. What he does not pay them, they make up for in plunder.
So just,
but in the end,
just
he
a bunch
didn't
of
have
Cumans.
enough to even
I don't know why.
satisfy the Cumans. That's
Try
why
dissecting
he
it.
raided Kuttenberg and
They come
Skalitz.
cheap.
He wanted the silver.
And they kill
That
without
makes sense.
discrimination.
My lords, how's the letter coming along?
It's done.
Then we can be on our way.
Now remember what we
Take
said,
a
boy.
bath or something, Hans?
All you have to do is deliver the letter, listen to the answer, and come back here. Don't provoke Berghoff in any way.
Provoke? Me? Never, Uncle.
It's like the worst
We'll be back
person
in
to
a few
send now
days.
that I think about it.
Farewell, your
It should be
graces.
the other way around. Henry should be
Come, Henry,
taking the
my
lead
men
on
are
this.
I wish you Godspeed.
Alright, nonetheless. The two are off. $85 groschen. Won't even hear that drop in the reservoir. And we just buy the allegiance of these people with Henry's money once we get there. Offer them to get them, we could secure them some prime real estate in Fluffington. Congratulations, you've completed the main storyline. If you like, you can still embark on side quests and activities or just wander the world. You can end the game anytime afterwards by writing off the map with Sir Hans Capon's squad. Well, I think that's what it's time to do, right? That's what we're here for. I don't know what that's going to look like. Riding off, ending the game with Sir Hans. Maybe we'll get one last cutscene. Where is he? Here he is. Alright, let's ride, Hans.
So, can we set off now, Henry?
I can hardly wait.
Of course. I can't wait.
I'm sure Teresa.
So, to horse.
Someone will tell her.
The Lord of Berghoff is bound to be waiting us eagerly.
Cool. Where's my horse? There you are. You gotta get you a bell or something, Al. Alright, Milan, the rest of Ratai, Dad, everybody. We'll see you soon. See you in the sequel, God willing. Better go. Better talk to Hans at the front. I'm not even half. I'm way more than half. I'm 98% waiting for Hans to say.
So, how is life as a highborn bastard?
Okay.
I'm getting used to it.
What about Radzig? Has he accounted for not owning up to you the whole time?
He explained it. All will be well, I think.
Glad to hear it. It's far more acceptable for a nobleman to befriend a noble bastard than a blacksmith's son.
Mind you, don't come to blows with a blacksmith, my young lord.
I'm waiting for him to say we're going to slam so much ass in this place that we are going. Or he is, at least.
What do you think about Sir Jobst and his plan?
Well, I admit all the scheming has me a little lost. I thought Sigismund was the devil, Wenceslas a martyr, those on his side the heroes, and those against him the villains.
Yeah.
I believed we'd rescue the king and all would be well again. But now it looks a lot more complex.
Telling me.
Exactly. I didn't expect the noble lords to be as noble as the angels, but I hadn't expected such a sewer. They behave like children.
I can't fathom how after all this backstabbing they're somehow still on speaking terms.
I don't know either. Beggars belief.
Are you coming too? What? We're leaving the country. Whoa, all right, hold on.
Did you know that King Wenceslas...
Yeah. Hold on. Let's pick that conversation back up.
What do you think of Sigismund?
If I were him, I'd have had enough of my brother even sooner.
But he's a monster. Look at what those hordes of his are getting up to here. What he did in Skalitz.
True enough. On the other hand, if Wenceslas and Prokop hadn't double-crossed him, none of this would have happened.
No one forced him to burn Skalitz.
That's a fact. But he couldn't let them shit all over him either. Not that I'm defending him, mind.
He's a weasel.
No doubt about that.
Yeah. Blood is definitely coming with us.
Do you know anything about Prokop?
Ha! Sir Hanush could tell you a thing or two about him.
Why?
Last winter, a certain Sir Jan Sokol of Lamberg, a well-known knight, or robber baron to some, tried to occupy the city of Iglau, which was on the orders of none other than Prokop.
And what has that got to do with Hanush?
Well, he was there with him. Of course that's not something to brag about in front of Jobst.
And what was it all about?
They wanted to occupy a city that was on the side of the League of Lords, but despite there being several hundred strong, they didn't take it. For one thing, they couldn't get past the Iglau women, with their pitchforks and cauldrons of hot water.
I would never have thought of Sahanish as such a rebel.
If we're going north from Ratai, this could take a while.
And have you heard anything about Rupert of the Palatinate?
A little. He can't manage even to wrest power from a king who doesn't much care for ruling and isn't fighting back. That doesn't seem like a man who has what it takes to rule. And that's all I need to know.
And that Berghoff we're going to see, do you know anything about him?
I haven't heard much good about him, but I have a feeling that some other nobles are quite in awe of him. And his castle is apparently quite impressive. I'll be interested to see for myself.
Heck yeah. And slam lots of ass, I'm waiting for it. I knew he's got some ulterior motives.
And what about the League of Lords?
Wealthy, pompous. The king doesn't seem to like them much. He's chosen to let the lesser ranks of the nobility into his circle, men like your father. I admit I don't blame him one bit, but the lords weren't happy about their lost influence, so they put their foot down. If I were Wenceslas, I'd let them hang after they abducted me the first time, but he gave them seats at the provincial council? Little wonder they're back in their old tricks.
At some point, when the conversation is ended, maybe now, I should just ride on ahead to where, well, except the waypoint's right on him. I don't know, maybe it won't take us all the way to the edge of the map. I'm just like Ratai, southernmost city in the land, and we're leaving the map by going north. This could take a while. Yeah, if you try going off, it's a good question. If you try going off the edge of the map, it kind of forces you back the other way, and like it slows down, like you're drunk or something. And Henry goes, "Oh, I can't leave. I still need to do this and this and this." So. Be pulling this up as we're taking this ride, and this is it. Not to kill it for anyone watching, but this is pretty much the end of the game. Or the last thing I need to do, at least. It says if I have the DLC for the amorous adventures of bold Sir Hans Capon, and I haven't finished that DLC yet, that I can't beat the game. So it's like you can either not have the DLC and then, you know, beat it, or you can have the DLC, but you have to have completed that particular DLC to be able to beat the game. So that's interesting. But yeah, that was the quest line mostly, you know, where we were Sir Hans's wingman. Very funny episode or two, where we were helping out Hans, woo the ladies, and giving him lines of poetry to whisper to his lady of the week, the flavor of the week, whoever that was. And he convinced me. He had me oh, here we go. I guess that's it. He had me convinced that he was finally changed his ways, and then as soon as that was over, he had moved on. I think he got her pregnant, and they had to figure that out. But Hans is just, he just went back to his life, nothing, completely unchanged. God bless him. I guess this is just our camp right here, where we will ride off from for the proper ending of the game. Okay, so we want to... Okay, so we are on the edge of the map here. There you go. Right on. Just gotta wait to talk to Hans here. Alright. One last meal? Nope. You're full. Your stuff. I don't know why it's not showing up on the thing at this point.
How about it, Henry? Can we go? Are you ready for this?
Alright. Like I said, I think we're good, but if you're playing this, obviously this would be the point of no return. Seriously, for real this time. But like I said, 200 plus hours sunk into this lovely game. Hey, there's a rabbit. I'm happy.
Of course. At last I'll get to see more of the country and have a bit of an outing.
Quite.
There you go. One last cutscene.
Let's get to it then. I finally have the feeling we're doing something worthwhile. We're helping to save the king.
Instead of saving his drunken majesty, I'd rather find that whoreson who murdered my parents. Get the
There
sword
may be
back
time
from
for
him,
that, Henry.
Skewer him with it.
Cheer up, Henry. I have a feeling you'll get your chance one day, and it won't be long in coming. Forward, men! Audentes fortuna juvat!
This game makes enough money. Fantastic. Little applause coming from me. There you go. You cannot ask for much more. Again, I probably said this many times over the course of this Let's Play, but yeah, just kind of picked this up on a whim, thought it looked cool, got it on sale, I think, and just very taken by it, obviously. 50 episodes later. Awesome. And as soon as they put a sequel out, I will be there day one, and I hope you'll be here with me. Thank you, everyone. I never know what to think. You know, I know I'm always rolling the dice when I play a very long series like this, especially not a classic game, which this channel is mostly known for. So I appreciate the folks who have tuned in week after week after week to watch these episodes. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to me that the folks tuned in to watch this live throughout the course of the series as well. So thank you, everyone. And I guess that's it. There you go. Well, and as I always do, we'll see you next time. More fun times right here on Let's Play with Brigands. And I hope to see you in the sequel. Take care. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and comment on this video, and click subscribe if you haven't already, as this seriously helps me to keep making great content for you. And check the description of this video to see what song is playing right now.